What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today's commentary is going to be about why I personally think Infinity Ward is really falling behind when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 and perfecting off the overall 6v6 experience. Again, there are a lot of different game modes in this game, I do agree, and there is a lot of variety. But at the end of the day, even though I enjoy the other stuff in the game, I do mostly always go back to 6v6. It's my bread and butter, it's what I play Call of Duty for, so at the end of the day, I want to see 6v6 thrive and, be showed a little bit of respect. That's all we could really ask for nowadays. But, of course, as time goes on and on and on, it just seems like the focus from the developers strays further and further away from 6v6, and it hurts so bad because out of all the Call of Duty games I've played in a very long time now, Modern Warfare 2019, Vanguard, Black Ops Cold War, World War II, I mean, the best competition for this game right now is Black Ops 4 from Treyarch, but again, Treyarch makes completely different games than Infinity Ward, so if I'm really going to get nitty-gritty and say the best Infinity Ward title that we've had, this has to be it in a very long time, and in my eyes, it seems like they're wasting potential here. It's nothing but perfection that I get out of this experience every single time I dive into it. Typically, I am raging. Typically, I am hating the game. Typically, I can't stop complaining. But for the first time and forever, I am just sitting down and playing Call of Duty for hours on end without a single complaint to be said. Now, of course, yeah, there are complaints, and there are going to be complaints in this video as well. But I'm talking about just enjoying the game, sitting back, playing with a couple of buddies, and just simply enjoying the Call of Duty experience. I've not been able to do that since, like I said, Black Ops 4, and here we are. And even though the skill-based matchmaking is still pretty darn thick, like I said, it's been a very long time since I have felt this way towards a Call of Duty title. And it absolutely hurts to sit and watch this development team not really butcher the multiplayer experience, but ignore the multiplayer experience. Once again, like I said, Warzone and DMZ are going to be front row center, while 6v6 gets the back seat. I just simply don't understand. Like, for example, the perk system in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This system is just absolutely horrifying. I mean, again, there are people who do enjoy this system, and I understand where you guys come from, and I understand the benefits of this system, but overall, when it comes to COD, I just get annoyed with the fact that my playstyle has to drastically change 3 times every single game that I play. I've been just accustomed to picking my playstyle every single game that I load into since the beginning of time in Call of Duty. So to have this so drastically changed in a blink of an eye, in the worst way possible, and to have no feedback that they're going to revert it back to any type of traditional perk system, it confuses me. It makes me wonder what the heck is going on, and it's making me wonder, did they choose these perk systems? Did they choose the way they handled this stuff for 6v6, or were these decisions more catered towards trying to balance everything out for the overall picture in the game, to make sure that this perk system worked across the board with Warzone, DMZ, Ground War, instead of just specifically making sure that the system works for only 6v6 and then branching it out to Ground War, Warzone, DMZ. That's what I'm getting out of this overall picture. Because why else would they be fighting so ridiculously hard right now to make sure the system stays in the game? It can only be a couple of things, in my opinion, or maybe a few things. Like I said, the first thing could be, like I said, Activision is forcing them to do this. The second thing is just straight up laziness. And the third thing is an ego. Now, I don't think Activision is forcing this perk system into the game. Warzone 1 wasn't required to change up the perk system in Modern Warfare 2019, so why should Warzone 2? I really do just think that this comes down to ego. Something that Infinity Ward, even though I love this development team, has been suffering from for a very long time. If there is one development team that I can say has the biggest ego out of them all, it is Infinity Ward. Again, I don't know if they have this ego because, like I just said, they make some pretty solid games. They're very polished games. They're gorgeous games. They usually get raving reviews. People are always hyping them up. I don't know what's going on or why they have this ego. But at the end of the day, they do have the ego. And it pretty much ruined, in my personal opinion, Modern Warfare 2019. And it won't ruin Modern Warfare 2 because they improved some of the things from Modern Warfare 2019 that really pissed me off. But at the end of the day, it's still going to make this game suffer, and it's going to hold it back from the bigger picture. This game right here, arguably, can be in my top 5 favorite COD games ever made. Not right now. Like I said, not even close right now. But is it possible? 110%. If the developers hone in on the 6v6 experience and make sure it turns out to be the most polished thing we have ever seen, this game could be an absolute banger. I mean, I could easily play this game for 2 years straight, and probably even longer. If another game fails in the future, I can see myself bouncing back to this game. That's how much I'm enjoying it right now. Again, like I said, I have not been able to consistently put this many hours into a Call of Duty experience without wanting to rip my hair out. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost putting just as many hours into this game as I did in Black Ops Cold War when I was doing the level 1000 grind. And in that game, I was going mental. I mean, the skill-based matchmaking had me on edge the whole experience. This game, I don't know. I really do not know. But I am not getting frustrated, pissed off, or anything of that sort. I'm playing with a full squad just like I did in any other Call of Duty game. In those games, I raged, and in this game, I'm relaxing and having a good time and vibing out with the crowd. This game right here can be a top 5. But they have to stop messing around here. They have to stop messing around because this game is falling behind. And it's falling behind because it's too much stuff on the table. You know, the Dynamite actually just put out a fantastic video. You guys need to check that guy out. He makes amazing commentaries. But it's true. Infinity Ward, once again, is being spread too thin. Now, like I said, I enjoy the other game modes. I enjoy Warzone. I enjoy DMZ. I enjoy playing Ground War. I like that there's stuff to do in COD. I like that I can stay on the same game and transfer to so many different experiences. But at the end of the day, I have to respect the fact that Infinity Ward might not be able to manage that many game modes successfully while making sure they all get enough attention, you know? It's the same reason why, you know, some people out there say don't have families or too many children, you know, over like what, 4 or 5 children, I believe is what the saying is. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but it gets to be a point where certain children or some of your kids won't get the attention that you wish they could get. And again, it's not your fault, you know? It's not because you're being a bad parent. It's just because it's so much across the table. You know, you have 6, 7, 8 kids who all have their own things that to do, all have their own, you know, schooling, education, you know, all side subjects, activities, sports, whatever they want to do. It's hard to make sure they all get 100% of your time. And the same thing goes here in, you know, a video game. When you have so many different game modes that need attention in order for them to be good, you can't just slap these game modes out there and just leave them and just, you know, hopefully they fly away. No, you have to make sure you're there. You have to be working with them. You have to be growing with these game modes. It's going to be hard to make sure they get all the attention they need. And right now, 6v6 is getting the absolute worst attention out of the whole bunch right now. And I understand, in order for Call of Duty to stay relevant, to stay popular, to, you know, keep trendy, they have to adapt and overcome. Now, this isn't always necessarily the way you do things in order for your game to stay alive. You know, there's plenty of games out there who have stuck to their roots and are still, you know, popular amongst their own crowds. But to keep the popularity that Call of Duty can somehow continuously pump in year after year after year, they have to go ahead and find something to evolve with. You know, they have to find some sort of trend to latch onto to make sure that name stays partially relevant. And I get that, you know? If they want to go ahead and attach onto Battle Royales or attach onto extraction game modes, it is what it is. You know, I love COD, and I want to see the franchise evolve and stay populated. I do not want to see it die in any way, shape, or form. I want to be able to enjoy it for many more years to come. But I also still want to see the core version of Call of Duty thrive. You know, it's great to see the overall franchise blow up, but if the reason that I came to Call of Duty is gone, then pretty much your OG player base will end up leaving, and now you're really playing a risky game here, because if your trend ends up dying, if it's no longer a popular fad, then guess what? The core base is going to be pretty much done for. Now, luckily, Call of Duty is a very unique game, and I feel like there's pretty much no other competitors out there. There are games that are similar, but nothing to the degree that Call of Duty has to offer. You know, it's just stupidly polished. You could definitely tell the budget behind it. And even though we complain about it on a daily basis, compared to other titles out there, yeah, this game is pretty darn good. But it doesn't matter how good your game is. People are people. And if you disrespect them, if you show them that you aren't loyal to what they enjoy out of the game, they will leave. You know, it doesn't matter what you do in the future. Just off of morals alone, people will gladly never touch a Call of Duty title again. So please, Infinity Ward, please don't let Modern Warfare 2 suffer the fate that so many other Call of Duty games suffer. Let it thrive, let it be popular, drop the ego, and fix what the community needs to be fixed. You know, I understand certain things are out of your reach, but there's definitely a handful of issues that could be easily fixed that would instantly improve the overall experience. The minimap, footstep noise, the attachments, ruining ADS speeds, the perk system, all of these things, if these were fixed, the game would be 10 trillion times better. It would be way more playable. But again, it's hard to get past the ego. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bums, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, for brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and that notification button. Also, want to chat me this too. We do have a Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams to video games over on Twitch. Link is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.